live, and it's loading right now.
Okay. And then also, why don't you click record if you have the record button at the bottom
Okay.
by share screen.
Record. All right. All right. I am recording.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you. And let people in.
All right. All right. So David, Serena, Mark, and Jeff. Mark Simmons is the rec director in Plainfield.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi, Dana.
Hi there.
Who else do we have on? I see a few people. All right.
We have Ryan here as a moderator. We have Serena, Jeff, and Mark Simmons, the rec director in Plainfield.
Okay.
We had one of our economic development commissioners here, and then I think he might have dropped off. So we're going to go ahead and get started here in a minute.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Ryan, how are you? Good to see you again.
Doing good. Hope you're doing well.
Yes. Oh, I got my video off. Here I am.
Okay, everyone, I think we will go ahead and get started. We welcome you all to this presentation for the Town of Griswold Water and Sewer Infrastructure. This is the informational presentation that we're doing. We are recording this. We are also posting it as a streaming video on YouTube. I'd like to welcome any CIF members who may be watching this at some point in time. I'd like to thank Ryan Aubin. He's our recreation director and the director of the youth center. He'll be here to moderate and then to ask any questions that might be possibly coming through. So far, we don't have any questions that have come from the members of the audience. I'd like to also welcome David Kagan and Jeff Lefkovich. They are with Heritage River Village Development, and Serena Nielsen. I know, Serena, I'm probably not pronouncing your last name correctly, so I will let it go. We also have a couple of members on the meeting that are part of other communities that have looked at they're very interested in the YMCA coming to the area. And we have Jim Barney on right now, who's a member of our Economic Development Commission. So welcome, everyone. We will go ahead and we'd like to tell you about the project that we have ready that we have presented to the Community Investment Fund Board. We're looking forward to hearing from them. We are hoping that we are successful. We look forward to a successful application this time. We have a project that is shovel ready. We are doing sewer and water infrastructure. However, our CIF application is only for the water out on Route 164. So that will include water extension, the water tower, and three-phase power. The infrastructure that we are also doing will also include sewer on Route 201, but that is not part of this application. In 2019, the town approved bonding during a referendum for $6.07 million. And that point at that time, that went strictly to the sewer. But we have also designed for both sewer and water. The engineering for the sewage was done last year. We have the water design complete now. We have gone out to bid with our engineers. We're using Fuss & O'Neill for engineering. The bids are due October 2nd. On September 6th in Town Hall, we will have the engineers here and available to answer any questions for contractors. We also have all of the information about the bids downstairs in the town planner's office. And the engineers have used Project Doc. So anybody that has an interest in bidding can go through that also. This CIF request for Griswold is so important. The application, like I said, is for water on Route 164. This opens up 325 acres of commercial property just on that location. 164 is right off of I-395. The first development that is slated to go there would be Heritage River Village. This includes a YMCA complex with childcare, and planning and zoning has also already approved a mixed-use development for them with 266 future units of mixed income housing. Just to show you where we are located in the state. You can see where Griswold is with the town seal above Norwich, right next to the 395. And if you look at where we're located, we are pretty equidistant, about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on which way you go, to Electric Boat down in Groton and New London, also Electric Boat in Quonset Point, Rhode Island. So we have a lot of people that are coming to this community right now, seeking to buy houses, seeking to live in Griswold. We have a lot of young people that Electric Boat needs to hire, or people in general that probably will be looking for housing. We are really ready to provide that housing once we get this infrastructure in. If you look at this map, where our town seal is located, and you go straight down to where the number 2 is, that's Route 2, and Route 164 is the line right between those. So we have about a quarter of that line, which is Route 164, where we're looking at this development happening. The town of Griswold has a borough downtown that's the borough of Jewett City. We have 37 square miles in the town, and Jewett City is our 1 square mile downtown. Jewett City had a robust manufacturing area. At one time, we had mills, we had cable production, we had wire production, we have a train that runs right by town hall. We have a lot of industrial things downtown that are no longer with us, no longer in operation. We have a farm industry that has decreased somewhat over time. And so our economics are not as good. Of course, that is why we are in the situation where a distressed community. In 1998, an intermunicipal agreement was signed between the Griswold Water Pollution Control Authority and the Jewett City Department of Public Utilities, which provides wastewater treatment. In the early 2000s, they upgraded their wastewater treatment plant to include additional tie-ins for this commercial development. In the early to mid 2000s, our director of the Economic Development Commission and town planner worked very hard to re-look at the zoning for the Route 164 corridor and Route 201. So that's been established as commercial and light industrial. So you can see this has been a long time in the making for the town of Griswold. This is just a lithograph that shows downtown Jewett City. You can see the Slater Mill Mall here, which is not on Route 164. But if you look at the obelisk, the tower that rises above it, and go behind that, that is where our town hall is located. This is the Jewett City Borough. So we have lost all of the industry that has been down there. We have small businesses down there, but we really are looking for more for economic development. Griswold would benefit from this CIF award and the completion of the infrastructure greatly. It's critical for us to advance our economic development strategy. It will enhance our tax base for our taxpayers. It will provide improved residential and commercial services, and it will offset some of the distressed community that we have right now. It will increase our tax base to the point where we're not putting such a burden on our residents to continue to maintain what we have in town. So to look at this map, this was from our, I'm going to get my video off so I'm not in the way of all this. So this is from our Route 164 development plan from the corridor study, from our plan of conservation and development, which was done in 2017. On the left-hand side, down in the green area, that is sort of the location for the River Ridge golf course. Above that in the yellow are all the spots that we have in development on the west side of 164. At the time that they developed this, they were looking at the pink areas as being potential restaurants, the blue area as being a potential hotel, light industrial going over on the other side in the orange. This would provide so much for these parcels that are ready to develop. If the water and sewer are going down 164, we're ready to hit go on people that are interested in coming to Griswold. It enhances the Griswold Business Incentive Program. This will support businesses and attract retention for businesses and for people that want to live in the area. So looking at it another way, these are properties that we have for commercial development. Down the middle, you can see the Quinnebog River that is winding up toward I-395 in the yellow. On the right-hand side, you can see the properties that we have outlined in blue that are available for commercial development. Again, the green at the bottom is our River Ridge Golf Course, and right next to it is where Heritage River Village development would go. So just to compare, now this is the same map, but on the left-hand side is Lisbon, on the left-hand side of Quinnebog River. This is Lisbon Landing, and that's their development. We have all of this land ready for development, and we need to really get the water and the sewer there so that we can move forward. CIS funding to Griswold sends a strong message that the state of Connecticut is committed to Griswold's small town economic development, financial and community stability and growth. The current funding that we have for the projects together, again, we're just looking for the water with the Community Investment Fund. We currently have approved through referendum $6.07 million. More than $5.2 million of that will be coming from USDA for the sewer. They have more money available that they have let us know that we can apply for. We're not sure how those bids will come in, and we may want to apply for more dollars at that point. The funding for the water project, we've already utilized approximately $800,000 in ARPA funds for the water design, and we have approximately $1.5 million still available if needed. I would like to say thank you to the Community Investment Fund board members that are going to be watching this. Thank you to the attendees. Again, we have a shovel-ready project. This has been 20 plus years in the planning for Griswold to be working toward this goal. Griswold residents are ready for this development, and we thank you so much for your consideration of our application. At this time, I do not think that we have any questions that have come in. Is there anybody that wants to add anything that's on the meeting with us? Any of the HRVD people or? Nothing? Okay.
Oh, and Dana, I'd just like to say thank you for your presentation. You covered everything very nicely.
Thank you, David. And thank you, everybody, for attending. Thank you for everybody that's going to be watching this on YouTube. We really look forward to having this funding and inviting people to come to Griswold. We're looking forward to people and celebrating that we are having development come along in Griswold. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
Ryan.
Dana,
Looks like Kevin has
one
his
more
hand
question
up.
from Kevin.
Sure, Kevin.
Hi there. Sorry, I didn't know if I should have sent my question in the chat or if it's all right for me to ask it here. I'm Kevin Alvarez. I'm the treasurer's designee on the CIF board. And I just had a question regarding the application with,
Yes.
So in the application, it had listed that the Heritage Village is, in the application, it says 216 units of mixed income housing units and 200, and I didn't know if part A is 216, part B is 210 units are going to be age restricted housing. Are those both, or is that 216 units that's mixed income that is open generally and then 210 in addition to that? Or is it of the 216 units, 210 of them are age restricted?
It's Kevin, I'm Jeff Lefkovich. I'm one of the co-managing principals of Heritage River Village. David Kagan is the other co-managing member. So we recently had another 50 units approved. So total mixed income general occupancy is 266.
Okay.
In addition to that is another 210 age-restricted mixed income. So all total, actually, there's two more in the age-restricted for people who are visiting overnight. So all total, I think it's 478.
Wow. Okay. And so the next question I have, and also I really appreciate that answer. The next just quick question that I had was Heritage Village, that's 61 acres of this parcel. The overall project, if funded, will unlock 325 acres, I believe it said. Are there either in Griswold's plan of conservation and development, or are there any other major plans for the space, or is it just we want to unlock it first and then the community will be able to sort of work through that process?
We have some people that have been interested right now in bringing in a hotel and a restaurant. We have had some interest in some property that is also there next to Heritage River. We're not really at liberty to talk about that right now, but we do have other people that have looked. We've got a lot of landowners there that are ready to sell. So
okay.
And
yeah, we do have people that are interested. Thank you.
And Kevin, we've also had some interest in a supermarket as well,
Yes.
about 20,000 square feet.
Okay. And then the last thing if I might add a comment, which was in reading the 177 applications that we got in for the CIF board, this was by far one of the most ambitious, comprehensive, and well-developed plans in any of the rounds that I've seen. So the work that has gone into it, I just wanted to applaud anybody that was part of that. And I think it's phenomenal. And I certainly hope that we see it funded. So just wanted to thank you for all your work on it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. We have Serena on the call. She has also been very instrumental with this.
And honestly, knowing that I worked with Serena back in New Haven, so knowing that she's a part of it gives me even greater confidence in its success. So
That's
thank you all.
excellent. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And Mr. Alvarez, thank you for being on and asking some questions. And good luck with everything. We hope we hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Have a good Labor Day holiday, everybody.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.